Last session. Don't worry. Be happy. Let go of everything. Okay, you should understand this. You know Four Noble Truth, right? When Buddha Shakyamuni taught the Four Noble Truth in Varanasi in India, at that time, Buddha explained suffering and happiness. Why we are suffering, what is the cause of suffering. So he explained that every action has its result. And when he explained the cause of suffering, he said that it's actually relates to clinging to the self. And then he goes into more detail about clinging to the self and describes two different kinds of self-clingings. Therefore, later at the second teaching in Virtue's Pig Mountain, he taught emptiness in great detail. By doing this, his students would be able to apply the correct antidote to clinging to the self. So he taught that although things appear, they have no true existence whatsoever. And the second teaching, when he taught about emptiness, emptiness doesn't make phenomena empty. Okay? Phenomena themselves are empty. So emptiness is not something made up by our mind. This is how things have been from the start. Then you might think that in the second teaching, Buddha taught all phenomena are non-existent. So that means everything is empty, isn't it? But only having the view of emptiness by itself is a great danger. Therefore, he gave his third teaching. In that teaching, Buddha taught the 8 qualities of Buddha nature. So again, 8 qualities of Buddha nature. Buddha nature is spontaneously present, right? One quality. Uncreated. It has a known quality. Compassionate love. Ability. Is not a realization due to extraneous conditions. It benefits the self and it benefits others. So those are the 8 qualities of Buddha nature. although when Buddha says that there is a Buddha nature, he is not sort of indicating that Buddha nature truly exists, but he's emphasizing its clarity aspect. So when we talk about nature of mind, it is the union of clarity and emptiness. So therefore, it's important that we understand both aspects, not only the emptiness aspect. So you see, Buddha gave these three different teachings, each of these teachings for a specific purpose. For example, the first teaching, he taught that things exist. Okay, in his first teaching, he said things exist. Like what? Like karma exists. Like action. Karma means action, right? Action exists. Cause and result exist, etc. Things like that, he said, exist. So that means we have to avoid our negative actions. That is the purpose. In the second teaching, he then said that things exist but do not truly exist. Meaning, you see, these appearances, they are there, right? You see, this here, this there, you see, they are there. But they're not truly there. And then in the third teaching, he said that things are empty, but not like there is nothing. You know, there is an latent essence, Buddha nature. So then he talks about the relative truth and ultimate truth. So things like appearance like there relatively, but they're not truly exist because of Buddha nature, ultimately. That's why the Buddha nature, he taught Buddha nature, especially the quality of Buddha nature, is the third teaching and the third teaching. Because in the second teaching, he talks about in great detail about emptiness. So then only emptiness is great danger. So therefore, you need this kind of like both union, you know, clarity and emptiness. Buddha nature, awareness there, but it's emptiness. Now, you should know that, remember this morning I said, what is Buddha nature? Why Buddha taught Buddha nature? And the benefits of practice of Buddha nature. Why Buddha taught Buddha nature? There are 5 reasons, at least 5 reasons why Buddha taught Buddha nature. The first reason was to prevent discouragement. If we don't know that we have Buddha nature within us, then we might lose courage. We might think, you know, like as I said, great bodhisattvas are, brilliant, full of compassion, right? Bodhisattva, and many other good qualities. So they can easily attain liberation, but for people like me, it will be very difficult to attain liberation because I don't have those capacities. So sort of discouraging yourself in this way, you feel sort of incapable. Therefore, to prevent this mistaken belief, Buddha said that you should remember, you should understand that you have the potential for complete enlightenment. Therefore, we never need to feel discouraged, and we will be able to follow in the footsteps of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and eventually attain complete liberation. And we can follow the same path so that we can attain the same sort of result. So that is the because of the enlightened essence. And especially in the Mahayana, the most important thing to do is generate the enlightened mind, a good heart. Good heart. This is what all the Buddhas did right at the beginning. Like us, for practitioners on the path, we are on the path, right? This is the most important thing to do. Generate enlightened mind, a good heart. For example, as a practitioner, we are on the path. When we pray, right? When we pray, why does prayer work? You have to know that. When we say the mantras, for instance, recite the prayers, why it works? Why? You have to investigate all of these things. Otherwise, like you are like a blind person who can't see the truth. So these are because this work. We pray, no matter what kind of religion you practice. It works. Prayer works because if you have this same in Tibetan we call it semchit. Semchit means the enlightened mind, a good heart. If you have a good heart, your prayer work. Your prayers work. If you have good heart, your mantras work. Your practice work. This is what we call simchit, this determination, this pledge to help sentient beings. It's all based on that. That's why I always say, make sure you correct your motivation. Make sure you have a kind mind. You make sure you have a good heart, the enlightened mind. All based on that, your practice, your meditation, your action, your attitude, everything, successful or not, it depends on this, simchit. Okay? Motivation. Sanskrit bodhicitta, right? Motivation. So the wish to enlighten all sentient beings will not arise within people who have that kind of discouragement. So you see, the first reason Buddha taught we all have enlightened essence was because we should never feel discouraged, because we have this great potential. So it gives us so much encouragement and enthusiasm, because we know enlightenment is possible, because Buddha nature is here. That's first reason. Simshim in Tibetan, discourage your mind, no enthusiasm for practice. So Buddha said, don't do that. And the second reason was that after practicing for some time, we might think, I have truly sort of developed bodhicitta, whatever, my meditation is profound. Other people don't have great compassion. Other people, this person doesn't have capacity, etc., right? if such a feeling of sort of arrogance, we call it arrogance, cause us to look down upon others. I'm the best, you're there. I'm Buddha, you're a sentient being, ordinary person, So that we might not respect other sentient beings, right? Because of the arrogance. Then our good qualities will be blocked from manifesting. And this would become a big obstacle that will handle us and benefiting others. So therefore, the second reason in Tibetan, sim shim malna nipa, and this is also it's a Tratantas talks about. So therefore, the second reason that Buddha nature is taught is to dispel this big obstacle. Look down upon others so bad. No respect others, not good. So we have to remember that all sentient beings equally possess the enlightened seed, the Buddha nature, Although they may not have developed this quality yet, but they're definitely capable. So there is no difference between them and us in terms of potential. And once we acknowledge the capacity of other beings, we will not look down upon others, right? That is the second reason he taught Buddha nature. Third reason Buddha nature was taught was because it is necessary that we must abandon what is untrue. Yang Dak Menzan in Tibet, it means mistaken or wrong view. We must abandon wrong view. That's why Buddha said that when our mind is mistaken, then it continually sort of wanders throughout the confusion of samsara. Yet when we realize the true nature, we then can free ourselves from suffering of samsara. We are in samsara because of confusion, ignorance. This is what we call wrong view. It is like when a dark place, a piece of rope is on the ground, and that is like a snake, and you mistake the rope for a snake, and then you are afraid of it. But at that very moment, there is one thing you can do help yourself. If you examine, investigate the situation and ask, is there really a snake or not? Rather than, oh, there is a snake, without investigate. And if you discover that it is not a snake, just a rock, and through seeing what it actually is, then your mistake is cleared away. That's like Buddha nature. We have wrong view. We don't see the reality. That's why at that point your mind becomes sort of relaxed and peaceful, right? Oh, I thought that's snake, but it's not. Now I see. So because of all this mistaken sort of experience, we suffer a lot. But there's only one solution. That is, we must look into the true nature and discover it with your wisdom. For as long as we don't see the truth, we have no control of our mind. Well, you might not like when I say you don't have control, but we are too involved in objects of attachment, anger, jealousy. That is Buddhist unhealthy mind. Buddhist called unhealthy mind. Whatever makes our mind frustrated, disturbs its relaxation, its peace, makes it restless, that causes us suffering. No matter what you think, you still need to know how to control and how to relax the ordinary mind. Therefore, we must rely on the teachings of the Buddha, who explained clearly how to control your mind, and who explained how to relax your mind, who explained how to develop these qualities. By relying on his teachings, we will be able to cut through confusions and mystics. So Buddha gave very extensive teachings on the nature of reality, the truth, always. And once we have understood the correct view, we will have a profound sort of picture of ultimate reality. Therefore, the third and fourth reason are the why Buddha taught Buddha nature are dispel the obstacles that obstruct us from having the wisdom that understand the true nature, the Buddha nature and realization. Fourth reason Buddha nature was taught is because you might think that the Buddha's qualities don't exist, such as knowledge, compassionate love, and ability. So these three, Chin Tzi Ni, Buddha's quality. So you believe that there are no these qualities within us, because right now we don't have. And all these disturbing emotions cannot be removed from our mind. Therefore, there is no reason to purify. There is no reason to practice. I don't want to waste my time. Because of that belief, beings cannot be a Buddha, right? Therefore, Buddha taught Buddha nature for the purpose of eliminating that kind of mistaken view and wrong ideas and yandak chulakur, in Tibetan means like to urge to practice. Oh, you can do this. You can purify these things. So Buddha said that don't think you don't have the ability to eliminate your disturbing emotions. So we always say that these emotions and defilements are very temporary and they're not nature. They're not nature of our mind. So they can be purified. So don't think they're not removable. That is the fourth, right? And then fifth reason for giving this teaching was to dispel the obstacles that prevents us understanding that we and others are equal. If we don't know that all beings have Buddha nature and Buddha nature exists equally within all beings, then we will not have sort of love and kindness, for example. Love and kindness has to be based on the fact that everybody is equal, right? Great love. Without this view, we don't have great love. Maybe you love somebody that your side, but that's not great love. Great love, great, kindness, love and kindness has to be based on, everybody understand, everybody is equal. So if without this kind of view, then we might have more attachment to ourselves and more sort of aversion towards others. Therefore, we are not free from negative emotions. So for this reason, Buddha ultimately gave this teaching. Why? That's the reason why Buddha taught Buddha nature. And you should also know that this ultimate truth of the spontaneously arising Buddha nature can be realized through believing you have this basic goodness. If you don't believe you have this nature, then you're like a blind person. The sun is shining, but if you don't have eyes, you can't see it. When we talk about belief, you may think that there is something that you have to believe. No. That's a very limited way of thinking. Why I have to believe? Why? Your belief must be based on good reasons, and with your great wisdom. That's why Buddha taught Buddha nature. You need reason. And once he gives you these reasons, then you again investigate the reasons. Is it true or not? Once you see the truth, then why you don't believe it, right? That's very important. The first, you just can't believe it without it, understand. And then second, once you have the reasons, you see the reasons, you understand the reason, then you have to believe it. Then why don't believe it? And another thing is we definitely need a lot of merit to realize this teaching about Buddha nature. Although we have great merit, all kinds of, like merit, outer, inner, secret merit, but still we don't recognize it. Why? Right? Why? For this reason, I think we need a lot of purifications. You can practice Vajrasattva forever until you are completely free. Buddha nature doesn't have any obscurations to purify, but it's because all these temporary, things can cover it. So Buddha nature is like source of treasure underneath a poor man's house. That's Uttaratantra, give one example. But this person doesn't know that. And the treasure, does not report that it's there. So this person doesn't realize that he's sitting on top of the great treasure, and the person goes through the suffering of poverty. That's one example. We means like if we don't accumulate merit, then it's another obstacle. And I tell you, there is another beautiful example of Buddha nature according to Uttaratantra. Uttaratantra. It is like a pregnant woman who is not beautiful, who is completely without protection. She is in a very difficult place. She is full of sort of fear and facing all kinds of unexpected situations. But she doesn't know that inside of her womb is the real protector, the universal king. So you see, we have this Buddha nature, but we don't know. So we have all kinds of suffering, Like this woman, all sentient beings are pregnant with the protector of Buddha nature, like that. So that's the reason why Buddha taught Buddha nature. You should think about more detail and investigate. Now, finally, the benefit of this teaching is when we hear about Buddha nature, we will have enthusiasm towards the path. If you don't have enthusiasm, even though you hear these teachings, that means something is still you are not understand, If you understand completely, then it gives you really enthusiasm to practice, because we know that liberation is possible. One way, like we are very fortunate to have this amazing basic human quality, Buddha nature. But the other way, we are very unfortunate because we know that liberation is possible, but we just don't do it. We just don't practice, just because all laziness, distraction. So it really gives us enthusiasm. No matter how many emotions we have, we will know that they're not our nature. They're not a part of our life. They're removable. And when we know that everybody has the Buddha nature, then love and kindness and compassion will grow. And of course, realization will grow. And all of these human qualities will grow. So Buddha nature must practice Buddha nature because of this benefit. Emptiness alone doesn't allow you to have enthusiasm to practice and to develop quality of Buddha. But Buddha nature does. Emptiness, everything. There is a nothing. Everything is no exist. I mean, everything is there is a nothing. What do you mean that? That doesn't give you like enthusiasm to practice, because emptiness emptiness itself, it doesn't tell you the qualities, you know, the quality, this knowledge, love, and ability. Emptiness, when you think about emptiness, it doesn't give you that. But when think about Buddha nature, it does. Therefore, meditation, right? Meditation is the key. Meditation is the key. Without practice, no matter how much you talk about your Buddha nature and negative emotions, how many teachings you receive, you will never really make your life better. Believe me, I know that. Many people I know that who always like to listen teachings and talk about nature mind and Buddha nature, but don't practice. And then doesn't give them better life. So that means meditation is not, enough. Meditation is not only the development of single point concentration, right? Meditation is the realization, develop your realization. So through meditation, you are aware of every moment of your daily life. That is the benefit. That's the benefit. Without meditation, you have no idea. There is no awareness. There is no like happiness. There is no benefit. And then we love to relax the mind and calm and peace and like that, right? If you really want that, when you understand your own mind, you will discover Buddha nature, right? Then you will be able to relax and enjoy instead of become sort of restless and having full of negative emotions. But I should say this, when you first start meditating, usually you don't really see anything changing. That's because you are dealing with powerful sort of habits. But if you continue to meditate, then years after, you will see the benefit, which is understanding of the mind. A mind that is capable of remaining totally in the present moment. So at this point, your negative thoughts become fewer and fewer. Your happiness increase. That is the benefit. That is the benefit of practice Buddha nature. And then you relax your mind, enjoy day to day. Not only yourself enjoy day to day, but you know how to help others. Your capacity will grow. And yeah, Once you commit yourself to practice and make it sort of part of your daily life, then meditation is not that difficult at all. The first time it's difficult. Meditation is so difficult, right? But it's so important. Make it part of your daily life. That's why every single day, no matter how long, you have to meditate. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, 1 hour, whatever. Every day, you should make it part of your daily life. Then it becomes easier, and then once you see the benefit, you really want to meditate, And once you missed, then you feel uncomfortable. Because as you become more sort of accustomed to your meditation, you can learn more about your mind, how to relax. My teachers told me this. Our mind is amazing. Right now, actually, we know nothing about our mind. Isn't that strange? You don't know your mind? But my teacher said, when you meditate, and then you can learn more about your mind. There's so many things, so many things you can learn about your mind. Of course, you know that, right? You know that. Our mind it's amazing. Amazing, good way, amazing, bad way. So meditation is important. Meditation is an individual thing. Because Buddha said, right? I cannot wash away your negative emotions. I cannot remove your suffering. I cannot transform my realization to you. The only I can help, I can do, is through given teachings. This is so important to understand. And you should really practice. You should liberate yourself. You should liberate yourself. So sometimes it helps when you say prayers and mantras like this. But another way is not really. Without meditation, just say some words, not much. So you have to meditate. What else? I think that's all. I taught, okay, what is Buddha nature? What is the characteristic of Buddha nature? What is the definition of Buddha? You should know that. What's the benefit? Practice of Buddha nature? You should know that. Why? What is the reason why Buddha taught the Buddha nature? That's all, these three things. So today my teaching, this topic based on these three things. What is Buddha nature? Why Buddha taught Buddha nature? And the benefit of Buddha nature. Recognize, practice Buddha benefit. Once you understand that, you're good to go. What else you want? Having said that, okay, I don't want no meditation maybe. Lastly, I appreciate all you come here, listen my teaching. I hope you will find some good experience or knowledge, wisdom. I hope. Please, the key thing is you have to meditate. So appreciate all you, and especially thank you for Bodhicitta Sangha. Kate, Jeremy, Bodhicitta Sangha, I mean, all of you Bodhicitta Sangha, part of Bodhicitta Sangha, but especially these people, Kelly, Colin, Alan, you guys, thank you very much for preparing, so that I have opportunity to teach, and all you, Mary, and thank you very much for supporting this teaching so that we can help each other. One person can't do anything, so help each other is very then great, easy. So I appreciate that, and very happy to see all of you, and looks you all very happy. There's no reason, right? No reason unhappy, no reason. Life is very short and fragile, very fragile. You never know what will happen. So please, day to day, make you happy. Should be happy. There's no waste time. There's no time unhappy and waste your life. Beautiful life. You should appreciate your life. Recognize the precious your life. It's very precious. This doesn't have Buddha nature, but I do. So I appreciate my life. And whatever you do before, correct your motivation, kind mind. That is your practice. So easy. Practice is actually easy. As long as you recognize your motivation, then whatever you do is practice. Not necessarily sit on cushion and, correct your body posture. Not necessarily. As long as when you drink, I drink this beautiful tea for all sentient beings. Practice. When you eat, offer all sentient beings. Your practice. Say something nice, all sentient beings. Practice. Everything is practice if you have great motivation. So then your life is meaningful. All right, that's all. What else do you want me to say?
You could mention the next two retreats.
Next two retreats. Yeah, this.
I don't know the dates.
Me neither, but I have one is next month. I have one daily retreat. It will be a pardon for attachment. Thank you. It is Saturday, 21st. 21st, meditation retreat, pardon from the four attachment. And then 4th, 18th, meditation retreat, the four dharmas of Gambopa. And then last in May, we have the long 5-day retreat about Shamatha and Vipassana. Instruction by based on Kamala Shila's the stages of meditation. So if you want to receive these teachings from me, which is under my lineage, if you want to receive this written transmission, the transmissions, please come. You have this year I have one retreat, one teaching, only 1 month. Not many. And it will maybe one day I'm going to stop to teach. I need practice for myself. So then at that time, I should attend it. So still we have these teachings. So if you want, more than welcome. And I will share, I would like to share my own experience and my wonderful teachers. So please come if you can. I think you can. Just one day, why not? It's no matter what. Once you hear, you do something. You accumulate your merit, and your generosity will grow, and your wisdom will grow. So therefore, it's important. But the more important is just be happy. Okay, be happy day to day. There's no reason, But this is now is like, what do you call it? We are now this time degenerate, right? Degenerate time. So everything is kind of strange, So we need good people. We need good people. Good people, in order to develop good people, give them wisdom and practice. Let them practice. Then you can develop love, compassion, all this. Then everything will be wonderful. Thank you very much again. So now we're going to say the closing prayers and dedication, aspiration prayers. Dedicate this merit, our teaching, our meditation, everything we should dedicate to all sentient beings who are suffering, especially right now, this the current time we have this illness all over, especially in China. Lots of people died. I heard that 3,000 something people so far died, and millions of people sick, and we should dedicate this merit, to all sentient beings. So, with that, may I attain in each and every life the splendid virtues of existence and peace. May I pursue the fatherless mindset, altruism, working for the welfare of others on a vast scale. Through this very merit of mine, may every single sentient being eliminate all forms of negativity and practice virtue forevermore. May supreme precious bodhicitta take birth where it has not risen, where it has risen, may it never win, but continue to grow forevermore. For as long as space exists, as long as being endure, until then may I too remain to dispel the suffering of all beings. May I in all my life, no matter where I'm born, obtain the 7 qualities of the upper realms of existence. May I meet the Dharma immediately after taking birth and have the freedom to practice perfectly. May I please the sublime Gurus. Day and night dedicate myself to the Dharma by realizing Dharma, practicing its innermost essence. May I cross the ocean of conditioned existence, very life. May I teach the sublime Dharma perfectly and never become weary and tired of benefiting others in samsara. By all my encompassing activities to benefit others, put in Lenten